how to plant a vegetable garden square in a small yard, on a terrace, on a balcony, or why not on your lawn. This vegetable garden square was made with 17.5 x 6 basins. They are made of fir. They are very easy to set up to find the alignment. At the bottom of the vegetable garden square, a geotextile fabric. This fabric will allow, especially to prevent weeds, pass through. If, for example, you set up your vegetable garden square on a lawn, if you set it up on your terrace or on your balcony, well, it will prevent the soil from escaping from the square. Regarding the substrate, I recommend using universal potting soil, horticultural soil, or why not, planting soil. Now we are going to move on to our planting. So we will divide our vegetable garden square into 9 parts. For that, I have pulled 4 strings that will allow us to clearly delineate the vegetable garden squares. Let's now move on to the composition of our vegetable garden square. Right in the middle, I will plant a tomato plant. So here we have large tomatoes, leeks, a squash, zucchinis, celery, celery leaves, a cauliflower, a cucumber, another cauliflower, red beets, and fennel, 3 fennels. And then we will also sow radishes mixed with mesclun. So the planting is quite simple, since everything is delineated. Here it is still a tomato plant that is already well developed. We will save time regarding production and planting. You simply need to dig at the bottom and place our plants. The celery, the cauliflower. So the cauliflower on the side, the reason is quite simple. It's because cauliflowers tend to grow larger, and we will take advantage of the space that remains outside. The cucumber. The cucumber later on will need a support. So it can be a trellis, it can be anything, a small mesh, why not? So 2 cauliflowers, because we are gourmets. Red beets. So the red beets, you can easily find them in micro-moat. Shall we plant some? 6. But when I say 6, it's 6 clumps of red beets, because on the same small mini-moat, there are 2 or 3 red beets, and we will thin them out as needed. We position the clumps. Three fennels in the corner square. In the square, right next to the fennels, we will plant leeks. So a lot of leeks, we won't space them 20 cm apart, because that would mean only 3 leeks, which would be insufficient. Instead, we'll plant them quite close together so we can use them as needed, harvesting them while they're still small. We might even just cut them, a bit like perpetual leeks. And our last planting, zucchini. So we'll arrange to place it more on the side, in the corner. The explanation is quite simple. It's because the zucchini will grow to the side and won't take up space in the square. If you have space around, you can harvest your zucchinis around your square. Now we are going to sow our radishes mixed with our mesclun. So the principle is quite simple. We put radish seeds in a seeder and mix them. Our mesclun seeds, because we are going to do an associated sowing, a few seeds, it represents about 50 seeds. So we have drawn lines. We will take advantage of them. I will redraw them. With a small stick, we will make a very small furrow, and we will sow inside this furrow our radish seeds, which will divide our plots. So sow rather sparingly. There's no point in putting too much. So the advantage of sowing radish seeds mixed a little with lettuce in the middle of all these plants is that we have space left. The radishes will first occupy these spaces. And by the time you have finished consuming your radishes, it will be the cauliflower, leaf celery, tomatoes, red beets that will have taken their place, the leeks, or why not our squash. We fill in the furrow. We pack it down. Now that we've packed it well, we'll take care of our tomato plant in the center of our vegetable garden square. We'll set up a good stake in the middle, and our tomato plant will be able to climb right in the middle of our vegetable garden.